Once again, a big welcome to The Beat Goes On, and a big welcome to our special on baby boomer health. Big thanks to David Holden from Holden Health in presenting some stark facts for us baby boomers to consider. And after considering all the facts, yours truly makes a commitment tonight to lose the kilograms. David Holden, welcome to The Beat Goes On.
Thank you, Gerard.
Hello, David.
Great to be here.
Thanks for coming in today, because today we're going to have a session on baby boomer health.
Precisely.
The health of the baby boomer. Now, I'm one of the oldest baby boomers. I think Shane's 1 year older than me. I think born in 1946. I'm
right.
47. And as time goes by, David, what happens is we're pretty content with life.
Absolutely.
And we put on a few pounds. We're still pretty content with life. And then we put on a few more pounds. And then somebody might say, oh, you're putting on weight, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, once upon a time when you were younger, you would have said, oh, I better get rid of that. But now that you're older and you're a little bit more content, what does it matter? What does it matter to just put on the weight and just be happy? You've got other ideas, David. You just don't think this contentment is real contentment?
No, well, this is the thing, Gerard. As a scientist, the scientific literature shows that people who are overweight or even obese have a heightened risk of what's called the Big Four by the World Health Organization. That's all types of cancer, the 3 types of diabetes, all 11 types of arthritis, and all types of cardiovascular disease. Yeah. So definitely you want to try and get your weight within 10% of your normal healthy BMI.
Now, I'd say to that, well, look, if I'm 68 today, and if I get another 6 or 7 years, that'll be great, you know. So how do you combat that in people's minds that, no, it doesn't have to be like that. You could have a fantastic life because it really is the weight that's holding you back, isn't it?
Well, look at it this way, Gerard. I've had a lot of very wealthy people come and see me who've got all the money you want in the bank, but they've got cancer. Yeah. Or they've got serious heart disease, they've got heart failure. Life's a misery for those people. Yeah. And they all tell me, not one hasn't said they would trade all the money for health.
Wow.
And the key is you want to do something on your health now. Don't procrastinate, because once you get older, it takes longer to bring your body back into balance. So the key is to work on it sooner than later. That's the message.
Now, that's a great argument. So you've got wealthy patients with cancer, got all the money in the bank, everything to live for.
Exactly, and they want to live longer, enjoy that money, see their grandchildren go up, get married, do trips, etc. All the major hallmarks of life that you want to live for, and they're being cut short.
And you really believe that if they'd maintained their body better, maybe the cancer wouldn't have come on?
There's no doubt of that. The evidence is really, really clear. If you keep that weight to within a reasonable range of the BMI, as I said, 10% either way, you're going to live longer, you're going to have more vitality, more energy, who doesn't want that? Yeah. More get up and go, and you're going to live longer. You have a much lower chance of those diseases. And we can measure these parameters scientifically, like I did with you when you came and visited the clinic.
Now, we'll get on to that in just a moment. But first of all, we're going to thank Mary Garner. She was talking to me, and I was having a little chat to her about the weight, putting on weight. And she said, I know just the man. That's why you're sitting in the seat today.
Right.
David, now, what's your qualifications to be talking on this? You're a naturopath?
I'm a naturopath and a biochemist. I've had a science training. I've got a master's degree in science. And so I've coupled the best of evidence-based scientific natural medicine with my practice. And so Mary's one of the team that comes and works with us. She's a nutritional consultant and a hypnotherapist, a very good one. We've got a whole range of practitioners, 5 of them. You can see them on my website, holdenhealthcare.com. And we do quite a range of testing. That's the difference between how I practice and how many other naturopaths practice. I don't guess. I do scientific testing to set benchmarks. And you can see DVD clips of all those tests on davidholden.co.nz.
Now, tell our viewers that I've been through the tests. Very pleasant. Nothing unpleasant about it.
No, not invasive.
Now, the first thing we did was you put me on the scales.
Yep.
Let's start there. And it turns out I'm 118k.
Right.
Way overweight. Now, what should I be? I'm about 5'11". I did see on there that I should be 81k.
Yeah, according to the VLA test we did on you, a good weight for you is around 82 to 85, depending on your muscle mass.
So that's 37. I'm 37 kilograms.
And that's a significant amount.
Overweight.
Yeah. So
now, how will that affect my life?
Well, quite significantly. It'll reduce your energy levels. It can give you problems with insomnia. It can affect your vitality, for sure. And as I said before, it gives you a much higher propensity to those big 4 diseases we spoke about. And that's the concern, because once you get on track with those, that to a degree, some of them can be irreversible. And it shortens your life, and it reduces the vitality you have in life. So your fun factor, the enjoyment factor.
Now, you're not just talking to me, you're talking to all those baby boomers out there, because they're all putting on a few pounds here and there. They're content with life. You know, the mating is over. I've got, you know, I'm not going out there looking for a new girlfriend. So I'm just pretty happy. But in fact, it's silently working against you. That's what you're saying.
Well, it is, and that's the thing. It's working away in the background. I mean, all these diseases take 10, 20, 30 years to develop. And the longer you maintain that extra weight, the more at risk you're putting yourself at. And that's what the science shows very, very clearly. And that's what I've attempted to instill into you, is to look at that more seriously, make it more of a priority.
Now, you talked about using science, so it's not just weighing yourself, we saw that, but then you've got other instruments now, so what was the next thing we went through?
Okay, so as I said before, you can see DVD clips of all of these on my website, davidholden.co.nz. The 2 tests we did with you was the VLA test, which stands for Vitality, Longevity and Anti-Aging. That was developed by Harvard University for NASA for the space program in the 80s. And you're of the age, you remember when we, 20 years ago, and we saw the 6 o'clock news, and these aging astronauts were floating in space for the space shuttle missions in their 50s or 60s, but they were trim, they were buff, they were strong. And it was the VLA technology that helped them get there. So this test tells me your biological age as opposed to your physical age. It shows me your hydration levels, your toxicity levels, which can accumulate in the body over years depending on your diet and your lifestyle, your fat mass and your muscle mass, and it gives us the optimal ranges to aim for. So we've got goals, we can set goalposts for you. And that'll help with whatever weight loss program you choose to do. I can then monitor you and tell you scientifically, yes, you're right on track, or no, you're not, you need to be tweaking a few areas here to get the right result for you.
So what was that first one? There's your biological age and your...
Biological age, your hydration levels and your toxicity levels, which is a key marker.
What's my biological age then?
Take a breath.
Take a breath.
Your bio age was 89. Yeah. So that's because of the extra mass you have. The old middle-age spread.
So I'm 68 and yet my biological
bio age is 89. So what that means is your cellular metabolism is working at that level. So there will be other health issues that will be associated with that we discussed privately in consult. And so there's a lot of things we can do to improve those with simple dietary changes.
Get rid of this paper somehow.
Well, it gives you a wake-up call when you need it. That's the thing.
Now, what about toxicity?
Well, your toxicity levels on the graph here were definitely quite elevated. And so we discussed about your diet and you're not drinking a lot of water and how we can get you onto more fruits and vegetables, particularly to flush those toxins out. There are specifics we didn't talk about because you were pushed for time. There are the detox protocols I can give you which will flush these out, which will reduce your chance of cancer occurrence and heart disease and diabetes quite significantly.
So what are the toxins that are gathering in the body?
Well, we get them from our environment, from everything we eat, drink and breathe. If you live in the metropolitan area, you're getting a whole lot of air pollution, water pollution, sprays, chemicals on foods, additives, sugars accumulate in the body, and they damage our filter organs, the kidneys, the liver, the spleen. So we can't keep the blood as clean as the body would like to maintain optimal health.
And where does it store the toxins?
In fatty tissue.
In fatty tissue.
In fatty tissue. So if your toxic load is high, you've got a propensity to put on more fat to isolate those toxins and get them out of reach from the body so it can't be damaged by them.
So the body very cleverly says, look, we don't want these toxins, so we'll put it in...
Wrap them in fat and isolate them.
And put it around the stomach.
For the men and the thighs for the ladies.
That's smart thinking body, isn't it?
It is. It is indeed. So this is a key factor, and giving people an awareness of what's going on is what it's about, because then you've got the power to change, you've got choices, and you're informed with this information, which is what it's all about. Information is power.
Now, I also was very dehydrated, which I knew.
You were.
I'm not thirsty, and yet you say my body's not working.
Yeah, your hydration levels were quite low in the red zone, which is not great. So again, that reduces electrical conductivity in the body, which can cause all sorts of issues with brain function, memory, sleep, concentration. Whole range of factors are affected by hydration. And if you don't have enough water, your body can't flush those toxins out that you come into contact every day. So hydration is actually a crucial part of losing weight. In fact, scientific research has shown if you were to drink 3 litres of water a day between meals,
6 glasses.
No, it's a lot. That's a lot of glass. Well, if your average glass is 250 mils, that's 12 glasses.
12 glasses a day.
If you were to drink, that's a lot of water to drink. But if you were to do that, you can lose easily 1 kilo a week of fat because it flushes those toxins out.
Now, the last test we did, that was interesting, wasn't it, about the antioxidants?
That's a very cool machine. That's called a biophotonic antioxidant scanner. And it's a high-tech scanner developed by Stanford University in the States about 15 years ago. It fires a laser beam at your palm. It didn't hurt, did it? It doesn't hurt at all. And it gives us your range of antioxidants from 0 to 60,000 scale. The higher your level of circulating antioxidants in the body, which is from your diet, the lower your risk of cancer and degenerative diseases. And that's been well proven in the literature. And it's very easy to get your antioxidant score up. Not taking lots of armfuls of pills of antioxidants, that can help, but it's the diet. It's the rich, brightly coloured vegetables that make all the difference. And you've got a fairly high meat diet. So you want to balance that with more vegetables to give you more fibre. You want carrots, tomatoes, spinach, kale. Carrots, you can blend them into a drink. You can actually make them taste delicious. You can put some avocados, some protein powders in there, make it taste really nice as a meal substitute, and that will push up your antioxidant score very quickly.
So what's wrong with my McDonald's Big Mac? To me, it tastes beautiful.
Right. And you know where the taste comes from? The fat, the salt, and the sugar. And this information's now widely out there, and baby boomers have grown up with this. They've watched the golden arches flourish all over the country, and the KFCs and the Burger Fuel, and all the rest of them. And this is why our obesity rates are rising, because people are being dictated to by their taste buds.
Fat, salt and sugar.
And sugar's the worst of the lot of them by far. The saturated fat, we're now realising, isn't as bad as we thought. But when you eat lots of sugar, it stimulates the liver to seroconvert that sugar into storing more fat in the body. And that increases atherosclerosis, which is cardiovascular disease, and also feeds cancer cells. Sugar is direct fuel for cancer.
I better do something. So we started off at 118. Would you like to come back now and again on the program to have a look at my progress and guide me through this? I've got to lose weight.
Yeah, well, I'm concerned about your health, and that's what I do, and I help hold people's hand and show them how they can do that best. And we've got a whole team that does that at Holden Healthcare, and so that's our approach, is to give you the information, show you what you can do. Mary takes people into their kitchen, shows them what foods they can prepare, makes them taste delicious. The key is there's got to be 2 things with a good, healthy diet. It's got to taste good, like your Big Macs, and it's got to be nutritious for you as well. So we keep the saturated fat down, the salt down, the sugar down, the nutrient density up, so your antioxidants go right up, and people notice very quickly, Gerard, their energy goes up. They feel better. They sleep better. They have more get up and go. When the grandkids come over, they've got the energy to chase them around and get out and do things rather than just sitting in a slump at night and wanting to doze off in front of the TV. So it gives you the motivation and the fuel to get the result.
When did you last have a Big Mac, David?
I haven't had. I actually don't eat hamburgers anymore because I'm gluten intolerant, so I prefer not to eat them. Homemade ones, different story.
Your life is blighted without a McDonald's hot dog. Oh, look, David, this has been great. I really appreciate it, and you're going to make sure that I stay on the straight and narrow.
That's the plan.
And I'm determined. Can people give you a call and go through the same process I've been through?
They can indeed. Just contact us at davidholden.co.nz or call our clinic at Auckland 09 282 3588. 282 3588.
And ask for David Holden.
David, just leave a message. My receptionist will clear it, and we can book you in, do a range of testing. Depends what the person wants.
Yeah.
I do see a lot of people with chronic illness, cancer and heart disease particularly, and we use the same technology to help prevent and reverse those conditions over time, given the particular case concerned.
What's an ideal weight for me to get down to? I'm at 118.
If we get you down to 90, that would be a major. 90. That would be a major. 90 kilos, get you under that 100, that magic 100.
Yeah.
It'll make a big, big difference.
I'll be a new man, you reckon?
Exactly.
All right.
As long as you're prepared to change your diet and start to make some lifestyle shifts, you'll get the results.
And of course, exercise.
Absolutely, that's a key part of it. There's no secret to weight loss. There's only 2 ways to lose weight.
I'm going to make a meme over to myself. Jared, do some
less
exercise.
calories, do some exercise. Exactly.
David,
good on you, Jared.
Good to see you. We're going to see you back next time.
Okay.
If we see a significant difference, you're coming into. We're going to do a little dance.
We'll do the testing again, and I'll be dancing with you.
Okay, thanks, David.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.